Hello, fellow traders. 'Tis I, TheRumpledOne, coming to you on Thursday, October the 26th. The year's 2023. Let's talk trading. Trading advice. These videos are for educational purposes only. Your results may differ from mine. Trading is extremely risky. You can lose all of your money. If you need trading, investment, or financial advice, seek the advice of an accredited financial professional. Normally, I don't read all of that, but we're talking about trading advice. So I just want to put this out there that I'm not offering advice. And the reason I'm saying that is because sometimes I'll get contacted either over the phone, via email, or text message, and somebody wants advice. And the funny thing is in trading, a lot of things that are true in trading kind of also extrapolate and are true in life. Most people already know what they need to do, but for some strange reason, they just want to hear it from somebody else, maybe to give them just a little shot of confidence, knowing that, okay, yeah, well, if the TheRumpledOne says it's okay, then it must be okay. And, that's just not really the case necessarily. We're adults and we're perfectly capable of making decisions. Sometimes they work out in our favor and sometimes they don't. It's just like trading. But the thing is that chances are you already know what you need to do. And it's just for whatever reason you haven't been doing it. Like maybe you haven't been cutting your losses. Maybe you haven't been staying in a trade long enough to let it develop so you have a nice profit. Maybe you're just trading, airballing trades when you just really need to wait for your signal, because if you wait for your signal, then you'll be okay. Maybe you shouldn't trade against the candle color, or you shouldn't, if you're one of those that believe in trends, you shouldn't trade against the trend. The trend is your friend. All those different things. And, it's like in life, if you want to lose weight, it's a pretty simple equation. Eat less, eat better, move more. But, for some strange reason, people know these things, but sometimes they have to hear it from others or pay money to hear the lesson that they could get for free just by Googling or watching YouTube videos. I mean, it's pretty amazing how we avoid, taking full responsibility and holding ourselves accountable. We'll just do whatever to get out of it. So, that's the thing. It's, and the funny thing is, what advice, if anything, I go, hey, if you're profitable, don't change a thing. Just keep milking that cow. If you can't see price because you got so many indicators and stuff on the chart, then maybe you might want to reconsider what you're doing. The old less is more, keep it simple, stupid, all of those trite sayings that we all know and maybe have uttered from time to time, but sometimes those trite sayings have some pretty solid advice in there. People come to me, where do I start? Trade horizontal lines. I mean, it's not that difficult. Literally, you should be able to flip a coin and trade. I mean, if it's going against you, that's money management, risk management. You cut your losses. If it's going your way, then you stick in the trade. And some people, they just don't understand it. They think it has to be more complicated when it really doesn't. I mean, you just saw a trade here out of a flip-flop box, out of that outside bar on M1, it went down. That was good for a couple of pips. I mean, even when you have a fixed spread broker like I usually show, because a lot of people still have those, that was good. You could have picked up a pip there. But some people, they scoff at the idea of making a pip or two off of a trade. But what if you're trading for $100 a pip? You're still going to scoff at it? So, it just depends on you. And that's it. It just depends on you. I mean, Walmart says it all the time. You have to know who you are and what your personality is, and I guess all your personal quirks. So, so when it comes to advice, trading advice, all I'm going to say is keep it simple. And if what you're doing's working, don't change a thing. And I know I come up with new things all the time, and it doesn't mean what I'm doing isn't working. It's just I see things, so then I have to usually make an indicator. So one of the latest ones is the sucker bars here. And, somebody asked me to explain sucker bars in a little more detail, but it's a simple concept. You can see here you got a lower high and a lower low. So what do? You should go short, right? Well, what's this bar? Lower high, lower low, but it's a bull. But this bar was a bear, so it says you go short. This bar is a bull, even though it says, lower high, lower low, you should go short. Because why? It's a sucker bar. Now, how do you play sucker bars? Well, I call them sucker bars because usually you get suckered going the wrong way. But what I should probably have called them was indecision bars, because price, the candle color is telling you one thing, but the price action of lower highs and lower lows is telling you something different. So it's like, well, which way do I go? Well, the funny thing is usually if you go with the candle color, if you want to go one way or the other, that's the trade. So like right here, we've got a sucker bar that's saying, hey, you got a higher high, higher low, but you should go short. But it also happened to appear on a flip flop. And you can see here it's going the other way and you're taking that trade. So that's part of the indecision. But okay, what's the M30? Well, M30 just went green. So you might say, you know what, on a sucker bar, I might only go with the higher time frame candle color. So you might go, well, what color is H4? Oh, H4 is green. What color is the daily? Oh, the daily's green. And what color was M5 at the time? Oh, M5 looks like it may have been green. It's hard to tell. Point being is, on those sucker bars, you just might want to just say, you know what, let me just let that candle go by. I don't have to jump in that trade. It's not giving me a clear signal because of this indecision. So here, you would have passed on that trade. Now you have a what? You have a flip-flop box, and you had an opportunity maybe to take a pip off of there. So I hope that explains sucker bars, and that'll be out when I get the next donationals. That's a 2023 donational, sucker bars. And I use them in conjunction with the state change bars. That way I know it's like, okay, I'll just maybe sit this one out. And it's okay to sit something out. That's if that was a missed opportunity, so what? Because there's going to be another opportunity in the not too distant future, especially if you're trading off of 1 minute signals. So let's just go look through the charts here. We've been mainly doing trading with Walmart videos here. So, of course, risk management, don't lose any more than you're willing to lose on any one single trade. Looking at the monthly, You can see here we're down for the month. Looking at the weekly, all the gaps have filled. We're down for the week off of that open. And notice this week is an outside bar. And if we take a look here at the daily chart, now this is really interesting. Here's the range, opening range for the month. We're inside it. Then we've got the opening range for the week. We are below it. We went below it yesterday, but we're coming back. And the opening day for the year, you can see we actually popped down into it, but now we've crossed above that high and we're 26 pips above it. So once again, just horizontal lines here for the year, the month, and the week. And you can use those to trade. Once again, just trading with the candle color for the most part. Well, this is daily. Maybe you might, I'm like on these type of trades, I like to use, look at H4 and M30 as opposed to trying to, take these for a pip using the M1 time frame. And once again, at yearly open, we breached it at 2089. We're above it now by 35 pips. And that's for the month. And you can see here we broke out of that daily inside bar from 4 days ago. We dropped down to what, 68. So that was probably good for about 20, 24 pips or so. We're back in that inside bar. You can see lots of inside bar action by the blue and the gray. Only 64 pips of range so far today, but it looks like we're pushing to make new highs here. And we've got 6 pairs over. And notice dollar yen's back above the 150. And you can see here this hour we're pushing up, started at 26, so we're about 5 pips above that open. Okay, red rats, you might want to get ready to feast. In fact, we just hit the pivot, near the pivot, short. Bambino flex indicator says to go short. So short at 30. In fact, I remember it hit 30 earlier, and I did take a short somewhere around there. So you can see here we had a couple outside bar high triggered. That was good for 2 or 3 pips. We're coming back down into it. And one other thing on price action that I've noticed, in fact, I'm working on an indicator for it. You can see here that price closed above the previous high. Here it did not, or actually it opened below the previous high, and there were shorting opportunities there. So let's see if I can find one here. A good example. This might be one. You had price closed above the previous high. Here, price closed above the previous high. Then price closed below it. And then usually, in fact, I know I didn't take this trade. Usually when price closes below, you want to take a short. So if you took a short there was some drawdown. You see it put in a high again, closed above the high. This time it closed below the high. You put in another short, and then see right here, it would have made money. So a lot of times you see price going, quote unquote, trending up, then all of a sudden, if it doesn't close above that previous high, then look for a short. There was a couple pips short. And then the opposite's true. It closed below. No, it didn't there. No, it didn't there. I'm trying to look for one where it closed below. Let's see. On this one, it closed below. So you'd be looking for a short. It didn't happen because this one closed above. This one closed below. looking for a short, didn't happen. Had a sucker bar there.